Hi, and thank you for being here at 11:44 messages. I was on a mini vacay, but I'm back to give collective messages for all signs. And this is for Leo. Leo, Leo. Okay, so we'll just get started. You have the Judgment card, the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune. For your additional messages, you have the number 6 card, Childhood, the number 4 card, the answer is no, and the number 2 card, the answer is 50-50. It can go either way. So, oh, and the shadow cards that you have here, you have the Crew card, and you also have Rainbow. Okay. Let's see if there was anything else. Oh, I guess we can also use, oh my gosh, all of these. Sapphire, Baggage, and Book Burning. Okay, we're going to use all of these actually. Oh, my goodness. An old car. I'll explain all of this. I'm just seeing all of this right here. Okay. So I think that's good enough. And then your other shadow cards here, we have the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Six of Cups. All right, let's talk about this. So I'm getting from this situation here that you may have to deal with the past. Maybe some things that you haven't dealt with or properly healed from when it comes to your childhood. And doing this, dealing with the past, will help you going forward. Tapping into the things that hurt your inner child. The people that were around you that were unhealed themselves. It could be time to make peace with them or just situations surrounding that. Realize that hurt people hurt people. You always hear that, but it's true. If someone is unhealed, how can they properly give you what you need if they don't even have it themselves? Okay? This could have affected the person that you are and how you've treated people. It's kind of like a cycle. It could have affected the way that you've acted, okay, over the years. Maybe you've had your secrets and, now it's time to make peace with yourself, to allow more freedom, to feel free, and to lighten you spiritually, doing your shadow work, okay? This will help you connect more with your higher and spiritual side, and it will put the wheel in motion, when it comes to bringing in more positive things, more positive experiences, more positive people into your life. It will help you manifest more of the good and the positive. You have to be able to come clean to yourself so that you can be a better, healthier version of yourself. People always tell you, when you're like, well, you have to forgive, and then people are like, oh yeah, I've forgiven them. But sometimes you really haven't. When you've truly forgiven someone, then it does not matter what was done to you. You can look at it as being a positive situation, like a lesson that was learned, something that helped you be, have more courage, help you with your strength to be stronger. And, people will also say, well, you don't know what I've been through. I can't do that. There are people that have been, I'm not going to say in detail, but they've been violently assaulted. They've had family members that were, you know, there have been traumatic events surrounding people. And if they can go back and say, you know what, to the person that did them wrong, I forgive you, and you can actually see that they forgive that person because they are positive, they are doing, you know, the right things in their life, they're not bitter. That's when you know that, first of all, it is possible to forgive, truly forgive, no matter what was done to you. And B, that that person has actually done the work and forgiven. You can't just say that you've forgiven. You have to actually do the work, which is feeling those feelings. No one's saying that those feelings are invalid. Feel those feelings, but eventually get to a space where you can get out of that and look at the situation from a different perspective. Okay? This is about coming clean to yourself. This is not about the other person. Whether you forgive them or not does not make a difference to them. Okay? This is about you, Leo. People always also say that, just tell you to forget your past. I mean, I've even said it at times. Just forget about your past. It's just a memory. And while that is true to a certain extent, sometimes it is necessary to have true healing, to revisit your past. Like I said, feel those feelings. You could have been, or you could be, having intuitive nudges to, your past, to revisit your past. You could be having certain dreams. Once this happens, though, revisiting the past and all of that, you will definitely feel and you will see the change. People will be drawn to you. I mean, as a Leo, I already know people are automatically drawn to your energy, to your presence, your looks. People are already drawn to that. I understand. But the right people will be drawn to you. Not just to steal your energy, okay? Not just to be with you romantically. People will be drawn to you to help you, to give you things, to offer their assistance. Positive people. So just take action and have the courage to do this, okay? This is all about doing the shadow work. And even if you think, every time you think that you've done it all, something might trigger you, you might see something, you might hear something, you might experience a situation with someone, and it makes you think about something that you didn't even know was held deep down inside. Okay? So it's all about doing the shadow work. Now, I'm not getting past person energy here, but it could have to possibly do with giving energy to a past person or not, like an ex. If you should allow them into your life, or not, that can go either way. That's for you to decide. And you know what? It could also be tied to your childhood about why you were even entertaining this past person. Why you may have felt so drawn to them. Did they fulfill something in you at some point that made you feel good? Like part of you that was missing, they filled that gap for you. If you had a question about this person coming into this reading, there are two answers here. So let's talk about the additional messages at this time. And oh, like I was showing you, it's judgment. Do you want to give to this past person or not? That could be for some people. In others, in the first situation though, I'm really strongly believing that this has to do with childhood situations. So, for your additional messages, and just look at the placement. I always talk about that, but it's so true. Under the judgment card, the childhood card, there's no mistake here, okay? Now, the words that pop out to me on this card: innocence, lightness of being, revisit the past, new beginnings. Okay, that's under judgment card. Making decisions about what do you want to keep in your life, who do you want to keep in your life. It's also a self-awareness card about coming clean to yourself, being real with yourself. You don't have to express this to anyone else. This is about yourself and your journey. Under the High Priestess card, you have the answer is no. So like I said, if you came into this reading with a question about someone, that could be your answer. But under the Wheel of Fortune card, you have 50-50. At this time, things could go either way. So the Wheel of Fortune card is just that. It's wherever the wheel stops, you never know. And so obviously Spirit is saying that this isn't any answer that you will get from a reading. This is something that you need to make your own decision about. Okay? It can go either way. You never know what's going to happen. Also, going forward, you never know what's going to happen as far as when people are going to come into your life, what money is going to come into your life. It's all up in the air, and that's for a reason. Now, the additional cards that I saw here, it's very interesting, and I didn't see this prior to the reading, so it was all a surprise for me. So I'll just go through them. You have the Crew card. Now, the messages that pop out here, this talks about, let's see, leadership. So taking the leadership when it comes to your life and doing the necessary work so that you can have the necessary and the desired outcome. Taking action when it comes to your life and doing that shadow work. But you could also be forming alliances, especially with this Wheel of Fortune card here. Rainbow, wish granted, patience pays off, manifesting wealth, prosperity, perfect timing. You have that Wheel of Fortune card, and I believe that once you do this work, that's when things will manifest for you. That's when you will see your hard work paying off, because doing shadow work is no easy feat. It's hard work. You have this Sapphire card. Spiritual insight pops out to me on this card, and divine favor and power. Okay? You have the Baggage card. Unresolved issues. Okay? Held together. Next phase. Long journey. So this is telling me that you need to go revisit your past and get rid of that excess baggage. Book burning. The messages that pop out: silencing, limiting freedom, rewrite history, changing the narrative. Okay? So control. Maybe in the past, in your childhood, you were dealing with being silenced. You were dealing with people that wanted to control you. But now it's time to rewrite history. It's time to change the narrative. Okay? An old car. This talks about old habits die hard, family patterns, nostalgia, and stuck in the past. So, you take that however it may resonate. And let me see, was there anything else? I mean, it looks like it just keeps going on and on. You have corset here. This talks about holding it together, being a people pleaser. Have you felt like that, Leo? Okay, so I think we will just stop there because I think these messages would go on forever. But I think you get the point. For anyone that is dealing with anything and they felt, maybe as if they are fairly happy, but you could be happier. You feel like there may be a burden that's underneath the surface. That could be it. It could be your higher self, your inner child that's screaming out saying, look, we need to do this work so that we can heal properly and really have a fulfilling, happier life. All right, Leo, I hope that something here resonated for someone, at least one person. If you like this vibe, please subscribe. And if you like the video, please like the video. And I'll see you later.